How's it going, guys? I have a basic setup for this. Just have one satellite, Ikon, just using an ESC to power it for the source of the video. Make sure the black's on the bottom, signal's on the top. Let's go ahead and start this. Power it up. Go into your Ikon utility and open it. On mine it's port 6, you'll have to check yours to see. This is a brand new unit, so it does need to be updated. I'll do that right now just so you can see. Okay, there's nothing in there to save, so I'm going to hit cancel. There's only one option. Do it. It's really quick. Usually. There we go. Then it's going to finish up and it just kind of sits there for a little bit. Then it closes. Then you have to open it back up. And again, it's port 6 on my computer. Oh, it's gone now. Let me cycle the power real quick. Oh. Okay, put it back in. There we go, port 6. Now, on a brand new unit, you have to go through and tell it what sort of receiver you're going to use. Standard is the factory. I'm going to use DSMX because I am Spectrum. Once you select that, you can click Find. Let's see, I've never done it this way. There we go. So now, I'm going to set up a model on my radio for it. We're bound. So now that my model's there, it should boot back up. Now my computer's being funny. Let's do a power cycle one more time. And there it is, it's back. So, now we can skip past that. This tells you all your wiring and setup. It's not important to me at the moment. This screen right here, similar to V-bar, you need to make sure that all of your throws are 100%, 100%, 100%, 100%, 100%, with all stick movements. You have to go into the travel and you have to raise them accordingly. Your settings will be different, but these are mine. Similar to setting up a V-bar. And then it wants you from the factory to run 45 degrees on your gain in this one, so when you flick your switches you want 45. I don't recommend that starting out, similar to Oxy's statement. He says start with 10% and go from there. If you start with 45, you're liable to have some serious wagging and crash. So start low, you could always up it to get closer. Next, servos. Depending on what you're using, you can select whatever you want. If you just do digital servo, it defaults to 120. Do high end, it defaults to 200. If you're using the KSTs, you can run those at 333. So you would just bring the slider up to 333. Now for mine, I'm using the DS95i, which is 760. If you're using the KST, make sure you use the 1520. And again, you can raise that to 333 for the frequency if you're using the KST on the tail. And you go into the next section. Now, depending on the helicopter setup that you're running, this is where you're going to pick your swash layout. And the 300 as well as the Oxy runs the H3 120. Your HR 120 would be like a T-Rex 450 or whatnot. So make sure you go with this one for it. And now you're into the actual servo setup menu. I'm going to use my 300 for demonstration for this, so let me stop the video and we'll start off again in a second.